Guys, let's talk about Duane Olivier. Now, Duane has made himself available to the Proteas according to some reports recently, and I'm going to cover what the whole entire story is. We're gonna be discussing. Well, I'm gonna be discussing this with you guys today. I'll be here by my lonesome. I did send out the link to anybody who would like to join me, but I miss doing these daily shows with you guys by myself. So it's going to be myself and you guys in the live chat. Let's have a conversation. Let's have some fun today. And we're going to be chatting about Duane Olivier's selection for the Proteas squad. Now, that hasn't been confirmed that he will be selected, but the doors are wide open. And there are two statements that I will read out for you guys on today's show. But before we get started, before we get going, you guys know what you gotta do. You have to subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every single issue will be on the site for you guys to subscribe to every single month, 100% free, to your inbox. All back issues too. You can go to this link in the description for that. You also need to subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell for all future videos. That's how you get updated to every single video that we bring to you right over here on this channel. Smash the like button, comment in the comment section. Let's get straight into today's content. Really excited about this one. Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host, Khalid. This is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. Now, I'm really excited to be here with you guys because we don't get a lot of opportunities when it's just myself and you guys there to speak to. So I'm really excited to do a show by my lonesome and chat to you guys about various things that are happening in South African cricket. Now, the first thing that we're going to be speaking about is something that's really, really important, and that is the reports that were released today by IOL, by ESPN Cricinfo about Duane Olivier. Now, I know a lot of this has come out now with headlines like he's making himself available for South Africa again and all of these things. But what people have not reported is that we broke the story a couple of weeks ago. You guys were with me when we broke the story, where Olivier spoke to us and exclusively on this channel. We did an interview with him and he opened the door to play for South Africa. He said his focus is on the Lions right now, but he never closed the option of playing for South Africa sometime. He said if selectors are interested, you'll have those conversations. It's up to the selectors to decide whether they want him in the side or not. Now, these are the comments that we heard from Duane over in the IOL article, but it's pretty much similar things to what he said to us. The only thing that is claimed here is that the selector did speak to him, which he didn't confirm with us because in that period, obviously, Victor would have been speaking to him based on his form this season. So he said to IOL, he said, the selectors did speak to me. They basically asked me if I'm open to play for the Proteas again. And I said, of course, yes, but I can't select myself. It's up to them if they want me or not. All I can do is to focus on the present and take it day by day. Then Victor Mpitsang also spoke to IR and said he has dominated. People who dominate will always be part of our conversations. We made it clear with Parney's selection that those guys who were on cold pack contracts but have returned and are willing to play for the Proteas again will be picked if they're performing enough. Now, this is something that Victor also confirmed with me. And we had a conversation and he also said that. He said the same thing. He said that these things are open. Everybody's open for selection. Now we need to see it being backed up, of course. If the guys are good enough, if they're putting up the numbers, then they should be in the running for South African selection once again, guys. And that should be clear by what we want to see, obviously, as a fan base and what everybody wants to see in South Africa. Talking about Duane Olivier now, and obviously we are talking about him specifically and what he's done this season. If you look at the stats and you look at the Lions 4-day competition so far, The Lions have dominated completely. It's 4 wins out of 4. And Olivier already has 28 wickets in 8 innings for 312 runs. He's best of 5 for 53. He has an average of 11.14 and an economy rate of 2.88. He's been exceptional this season. Absolutely exceptional. And there's no doubt that in South African conditions right now, he is one of the best bowlers in South Africa. Now, we haven't seen Anrich bowl recently in domestic 4-day competitions. We haven't seen KG bowl in recent 4-day competitions. But Duane Olivier really has put his hand up to show that he can be amongst those three. Imagine a lineup with KG and Duan and Andrich all in the same lineup. And then you add Lungi to that mix and Nutuse Pamla, who's his partner. So I'm going to read some of his performances so far. The Lions' first game was against Northwest. He took 4 for 51 and 3 for 58. Then they played the Warriors. He took 2 for 27 and 2 for 15. And Lutuse Pamla in that particular match, they basically teamed up with Magala, with Siboto, and completely destroyed the Warriors. Then they have Lions versus Boland, 4 for 38, 5 for 57. And in the recent game against the Knights, 5 for 53 and 3 for 13. Those are his stats so far. Now, there is something that a little bit of an advantage to the Lions or to Duan is that he has been bowling majority of the time in Johannesburg. So they played Northwest in Johannesburg, they played Boland in Johannesburg, as well as the Knights in Johannesburg. The Warriors game is the only one that they played in Port Elizabeth. So there are conditions that he's familiar with and that he should perform well in. But he's performed excellently, and you can't not look at that. You have to look at the performances and merit them. So right at this time, at this moment, Duane Olivier has really put his hand up for selection. And we confirm that as well. So now, if you guys want to get to know a little bit more about Duane Olivier and his mindset and his journey so far in cricket, since he signed the Kolpak deal, right through what the comparison is between South African cricket and the UK cricket that he's played so far, we did an exclusive interview with Duane Olivier. So you can go to the channel, on this particular channel, and go to our exclusive section in the playlists, and Duane Olivier's interview should be right there for you guys to see. And he gave us some excellent insight. I think we did a show for like almost 45 minutes. He was chatting to us, and we kept him so long, and he was so graceful about it. And he actually did mention that he had some fun doing it and he enjoyed it. So thanks a lot to him for giving us that exclusive story first. About him wanting to play for South Africa again. Now that the story is being confirmed by IOL as well, and credible sources, of course, like ESPN Cricinfo as well, they've also confirmed it too. We now know that Duane has put up his hand to play for South Africa. And I think that he's made himself available for international cricket in general. If it was England knocking on the door at that time when he signed the Kolpak, he would take it. If it was South African right now, he'll take it. So it's something that we're all happy about. And you need to watch that interview with him, with our interview with him, because I think he was excellent. He gave some excellent insight to fast bowling in South Africa and to his mindset when it comes to fast bowling, generally speaking. So it's good to see that, and it's good to see that Olivier has his performances are being seen by selectors and they actually considering putting him into the team. And it's also good that Victor also spoke about the fact that all Kolpaks will be available. Whoever is available will be put in their hat if they want to play for South Africa again. They will be in contention. I'm just going to go through some of the other bowlers and some of the other players that have performed well so far in this 4-day series, because it's the only cricket we currently have. We were supposed to be enjoying a Netherlands series, but now because of the COVID variant has changed. Simon Harmer has also put up his hand over here. 20 wickets. He's taken 20 wickets in 4 matches. An average of 25.3 of those, so a little bit expensive, but 2.86 in economy rate. Now, very good stats here by Simon Harmer, 2 innings less than Duane Olivier, but excellent bowling performances from him as well. So he's also putting up his hand. Another guy that's maybe a little bit left field is Malusi Sipoto. Now, we did an interview with Malusi Sipoto, and he also put his hand up for playing Test cricket for South Africa. And he said that he puts his name in the hat. If selectors come to him, he would love to play. If other players can play, like he said, if other players can also be selected that are older, then why not him? And he's been an excellent performer over the years so far. He's bowling excellently for the Lions. He's fitting into that bowling attack. Yes, that bowling attack is world class. Magala, we've got Duane Olivier, we've got Lutusi Pamla, and then you've got Malusi Porto as well. So it's a very good bowling attack that they have available to them. Bjorn Fortuin also coming back into the mix. So it is a very good Lions team, and I think they're bowling well as a unit. So there are a couple of guys that are putting up their hands. The next in line from the first division is also Mtinabe, who took 16 wickets in 4 matches. I'm surprised he didn't get a call up or one of the call ups for the Netherlands or something, because he's been bowling really well, especially from his when he made his move from the Cobras to the Warriors. He's been excellent in his approach. He's a thinking type of cricketer. He thinks at the crease. You can see that in his deliveries when they try and attack him, when they try to go after him, you can see that he changes up and he changes up his lengths and he thinks about it and he moves the ball towards batters. Sometimes if he sees that there's an opening, particularly in white ball cricket, you'll see it. But he's been really good in all formats for the Warriors. So it's been a great move for him for his part. Then of course we've got Magala as well. Then you got your Division 2 players, of course. You also have them that you can't look away from. But ultimately, Duane Olivier is the guy that we're talking about. And for the guys that haven't seen it yet and what the quote was and what Duane Olivier had to say, Duane Olivier said that the selectors did speak to him, and that's the one part that he never told us, because at that point the selectors hadn't spoken to him yet. But the next part is almost identical to what he told us, and that's that he basically asked if he's open to play for the Proteas again, and we asked him if he's open to play for the Proteas again as well, and he said, of course he is, but he can't select himself. It's up to them if they want to get him or not, and all he can do is focus on the present and take it day by day. So all he's focusing on right now is the Lions, and that's what he's focused on. Nothing else until the Proteas make a proper strong call and say, yes, we want you back into the system, we want you back with the Proteas, and at that point then we can start having a conversation. Let's look at some of your comments, what you guys have to say. We've got Suraj Campbell saying you should include the Proteas test team against India because Olivier is a quality fast bowler and his performances are showing that. Dazzle will be great addition to SA red ball format. He's 29, hence can play for a decent number of years. Even if Nokia or Rabada gets injured, the attack will still look very good. And that's an interesting fact over there and an interesting point. We need to have bowlers in our setup that we can rotate, because I don't feel that these fast bowlers that we have currently get enough rest. They play so much cricket, all formats, all around the world. So KG, for example, it's a good opportunity to rest him in maybe in 1 or 2 games and then giving Duane Olivier an opportunity. But playing all three of them is also possible. And that's a deadly attack as well. So we have to think about all our options. I mean, South Africa, if they have Duane Olivier, maybe they don't need to play an all-rounder, a batting all-rounder. They can go with 7 batters and play with Duane Olivier, or they can play 6 batters straight and then play with Duane Olivier as well. You obviously can move Menin Keshav up the order as your spinner because he can hold the bat. But we all want to see an all-rounder in the team, of course. That's what we all want to see. And Vian Mulder's been excellent so far as well in Test cricket. But we also want to see some other opportunities. The rebirth of Duane Olivier, the return and the rebirth of Duane Olivier. Rabada, Nokia, and Olivier would be a deadly combo, says PSV. Olivier, Rabada, Nokia sounds scary, says Reino Opperman. We've got Tasrif Ariel saying, imagine Duane, Rabada, Nokia, Mulder thrashing Indian batting lineup. Rabada pace an aggressive, Nokia short, and pace Olivier short swing, Mulder swing, and cutter. It sounds so mouth-watering. Text saying, Rabada, Nokia, Olivier, please have some mercy on the batsman. Rabada out of form, says Jatin Hans. Let's go to someone new. Werner saying, if that is the case, then Riley Rochelle should be in the T20 squad when we take on India. I wonder if he wants to play. I'm going to try to get hold of Riley and ask him. Text saying Marco Janssen should be in the setup. Um, Werner answering text on who should Riley replace. He says Heinrich Klaassen and then Calvareno or Ryan Rickleton can replace Hendricks as the backup wicketkeeper. Why is P. Milan not selected? Now, Peter Milan's an interesting one. I did think he was a little bit hard done by to lose his spot after the performance in against England, because he played very well against England in a team that was really struggling. So it's something that really surprised me, and I really enjoy the way he and someone like Dean Alga will be able to really frustrate opposition batters, because they take their time at the crease, they're patient, they wait before they wait and they bide their time at the crease until they see the ball like a beach volleyball, and then they start smacking the ball around the place, and they have the ability to really frustrate opposition batters. Imagine having that frustration up front as a pair and then bringing in someone like Aiden Markram at 3. That is destructive. I mean, that would be a crazy attack as well. So it is an option, it is something. But I think that because they see Aiden as the future opener for the country, that's why Peter Malan obviously lost his spot. Um, let's see some more comments over here. Imagine Nokia and all of his bounces to an Indian batters at the Wanderers. I actually do think that the Indian players are actually, or at least over the some of the games that I've seen them, they've been handling the bounce a lot better than before. So I think that's also because they've got some quality bowlers in their lineup that they can practice against as well. So they have been playing against the fast bowlers a lot better than they used to. But I think it might still bother them, especially when you're having it from both ends. That pace and that bounces and that short deliveries that are menacing to face. I asked him the question about the comparison between South Africa and English domestic setup. Yes, he did. And guys need to watch that particular interview. It was excellent. I think he was excellent. What he said, the insight he gave us about fast bowling, about swing bowling, all of those things. It's excellent. If Quota is removed, this is the next one. If Quota is removed, Proteas will dominate world cricket. Now, I'm the person that believes that in international cricket, maybe that we shouldn't have quotas. I think we should be able to pick our best players, because I feel that we are producing enough players of color to be able to pick on merit when it comes to the national side. Domestic side, school cricket, I think that some sort of quota or some sort of aid should be given to players of color that have struggled all their life trying to make it in the sport, because not everybody gets a bursary, or not everybody gets sponsored, or not everybody from a poorer community gets an opportunity to play cricket. So I think they need to get the opportunities at the lower level, and there maybe needs to be a little bit of pressure on coaches to select players of color when they have the talent to perform, and they need to do so. Even if it's difficult, even if they don't have the equipment, help them out, share equipment with them or something. Do something to try and change it so that we can produce more players of color. I don't think we need another opener at this time, but we do need a good few middle order batters. Now, from what I've heard, Yanaman Malan is a guy that wants to or sees himself as a middle order in Test cricket, or in long format cricket. I don't think he's thinking to become an opener. Boland signed him, and he's actually playing as a number 4 batter for them. So it's a possibility to have a middle order of Yanaman and Aiden in your team. It's a possibility going down the line. You've got Keegan Peterson as well. That's in the mix. Another tough batter and a very talented batter. So we've got a lot of batters coming through the system that are really, really quality. So we need to give these guys opportunities. We saw how Jason Smith has performed against India A. And in the 4-day competition this time around, another all-rounder, player of color, give him opportunities, guys. That's what we need to do. When the players are good enough to get selected, select them, give them opportunity at international level. Manan will get his chance in ODIs, but will have to wait his turn in T20s. Might be the case. Glad that Victor is in touch with top performers, specifically former Colpack players. I think some of you guys will maybe have to give Victor a little bit of apology, because you guys were really going hard at him, asking why he hasn't selected this person and selected that person. It's clear and simple, guys. I think if players make themselves available and say they want to play for South Africa, they will be in the mix. And it seems like Victor and Poucher will consider them. That's at least the message that we got from today's article on Duane Olivier. Yadaman couldn't cope with Sterling's spin. How is he going to succeed against spin versus India? By practice, by playing more, by playing in those difficult, tough conditions. That's how he's going to learn. Aiden Markram put himself in difficult positions and difficult situations so that he can learn how to play that spin. And he's done that successfully. And I think every single young player needs to do it as soon as possible. If they get an opportunity to play overseas, even if it is in the off season to go to India and get some game time, I'd suggest they do that. I think that in the school holidays, if you're an under 19 player and you have an opportunity and you have the money, or you have the opportunity to go to India and maybe for 2 months or a month just to learn some spin bowling and play against spin, go and do it. I think it will be great for anybody's career. If you have the money, of course, it's going to cost some money. SA almost playing 40 to 45% dot balls per match in ODI. Yeah, it needs to improve, guys. In shorter formats, we do need to improve our dot ball percentages. We need to increase that and play and be better when it comes to that. Geez, Duan, KG, Anrich, RIP, Indian top order. We saw how Duan actually played in South Africa before in our conditions. Very good. Very, very good player in our conditions. He also, but that time he was just banging it in short, and that was his main delivery. But we had a conversation with him. Like I said, go watch the interview on this channel. He spoke about how he's changed that and how England forced him to change that. He's kind of forced to now bowl a little bit more swing ball deliveries and more variations because of the conditions in England. Those short deliveries didn't work for him, and he was actually clattered around the ground. So he really learned from that experience, and he explains it in the show, in particular episode. So go ahead and watch that episode of the Daily Show, exclusive interview with Duane Olivier on this channel. Like Aiden improved his game against spinner, then Yanaman has to face spinners more. 100%. That is exactly what I just said now. Can someone explain the quota system? We've done a whole show on the quota system and what that is. We will do a full show for you guys to explain it again. I don't think I want to get into it right now. It's just going to, I think, cause too much havoc in the comment section. Presence of Keegan is letting Duane play in the 11, so give him some credit as well. Huh? Okay. I don't understand. Khalid playing 11 for Test cricket. I will get into that now. Okay, so my playing 11 would be. It depends on the conditions, guys. But generally speaking, I would want Aiden Dean Alger to open the batting. Then number 3 would be Keegan Peterson. Number 4 would be Rassie van der Dussen. Number 5, I would actually go with Calver Rayner at 5. 6, I'll go with Temba. 7, I'll go with Quinton. I'll play with 7 batters. And then I'll go with KG, Anrich. Then you can go with Duane as well. And Keshav as number 11. That seems like a decent team. Otherwise, you drop someone like Carl and you play maybe another all-rounder like Vian Mulder, or you can go with Lungingidi. Now, as you can see, that the quota isn't right over there with regards to the specific team. But remember that the quota system works over a period of time, so over the entire season. The percentages are worked out over the entire season. So if you don't meet your numbers in Test cricket, you can make it up in ODIs and T20s along the way. It's just that if you've given certain amount of black players an opportunity over that entire year, I think it's from 1st of January to the 31st of December. So you need to see how many black players were given opportunity and playing time in that year, and the ratios need to be right. It's very complicated, guys. But better than Olivier says, Wazim Akram. Where is Aditya? Aditya told me he couldn't make it, so I'm not sure where he is. I didn't want to ask. Khalid Raliso currently playing in the T10 league. How would Olivier affect the quota? I don't think people should worry about that. it's got nothing to do with is in the squad or not. It's got to do with how many players play over a period of time from the 1st of December to the from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. So players are getting opportunities in other formats too. Hardy, don't you give any tips to Victor on selection based on our conversations? I chat to Victor and I tell him my opinions on selection. He can only take it with a pinch of salt, really. I'm not a selector. I mean, I'm no selector. I'm just a fan of cricket. So I'm sure he takes it on board and thinks about it. But ultimately, it's his decision at the end of the day and Boucher's decision at the end of the day. They will have to make the final decision. I do speak to him and I do give him my opinions when we do chat, but it's just my opinion, guys, and doesn't mean that I'm right, and doesn't mean that you are right or we are right. We just have an opinion on it. We don't see the players day in and day out. We don't see them train. We don't see the other things, video analysis, all of those type of things behind the scenes that all the coaches and selectors get. We only see them play on TV. Sometimes we don't even see them play. We just see the scorecard, and then we want to make an opinion about things. You must actually go and see cricket live, like the 4-day games. You need to actually go and watch them live. You can't really see on the current 4-day broadcasts. It's easier to see live. You can pick up on certain things, like for example, they run up, how they're running up, the fluidity. You can see the carry throughs. You can see a lot more. You can see when you're watching the game live. You pick up on a whole lot of things. Sometimes when you're reading the scorecard as well, you don't know how the wickets fell. Sometimes it will say bold, and he might have chopped it on. And if there's no commentary with it, then you wouldn't know how he was bowled, and it then looks all good on the on the team sheet or on the score sheet, and in fact, it could be something else. So yeah, we never know with these type of things. If South Africa select players on merit, then South Africa will be dangerous team. But South Africa is playing players on merit. I don't see anybody currently being selected that is not on merit. Um, and I'm willing to argue with anybody on that one. I don't think any players are being picked just because of the sake of picking for the color. The guys that are starting in the 11, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about squad members. That's a completely different thing. Squads are a whole different thing because the squad doesn't matter when it comes to quotas. It's the playing 11 that does. And when you look at the playing 11s that South Africa have picked over the time, it's been our best teams that they think are our best teams. There was no quota targets within the World Cup when it came to selecting the teams. I mean, guys, we've been playing 7 white players and not batting an eye with regards to it so far. Sometimes 6 and 7 white players we've been playing. So we haven't actually met the targets in from what you understand it. So, like I said, the quota system and the targets need to be over a year spread out. So don't look at it game by game because that's not how it works. It doesn't work game by game. Just so that you guys know that. Um, yes, if you meet the target game by game, if you meet the 6 players of color game by game, you will meet the targets by the end of the year, percentage wise. Um, but we haven't been doing that with regards to international cricket. Um, we That's just how it is. Um, your views on the quota system is spot on, Khalid. I really appreciate your cricket analysis. Thanks a lot, Pranit, for coming on the show. I haven't had it, like I said, I haven't really been given the opportunity, guys, or had the opportunity, not given the opportunity. I haven't had or taken the opportunity to speak to you guys alone. So you guys, I have seen a lot of other people come on the show and join me on the show, and I'm doing daily shows with that teacher every day, and we're having conversations because I want you guys to feel like you guys are sitting in a room with us, like we're having a conversation with you guys too. I didn't want it to feel like just my opinion being forced on you or my thoughts being forced on you, because I'm also a fan just like you guys, and I want to give you guys the friendliest experience that you can possibly have when it comes to cricket shows on YouTube. And I want to be unique in South Africa, and currently that's what I'm trying to do as best as possible, and that's what we're doing here. And I would like you guys to feel like you're sitting across the table from me and having a conversation with me. Otherwise, it's not gonna. I don't want just to be have a show and just force my ideas on you. So it's nice to actually that you guys can get to know me better as well, because like I said, Cricket Fanatics magazine is my baby, and I started it from scratch, and we're really trying to push it everywhere. And you have to also get to know me too. It's not just about everybody else on the show, although I love to give the promotion as much as possible. Um, let's go to the next comments. I thought Victor's selection was actually pretty good in the World Cup. It was, Paul, maybe, you know, we have our favorites. So bar maybe George Linder being in the starting 11 and maybe Yanaman being in the squad. I think those are the only two that I was a bit upset about. Other than that, I think his selection was quite spot on, actually. Remember, guys, that Victor doesn't pick the teams that start. He picks the squad, and Boucher will decide on the day which team they're going to play with the captain. So you can blame Victor for the squad, or if you want to blame Victor for squad selections, but he doesn't select the team that goes onto the field. So that's up to obviously Mark Boucher and the coach. He might have a say if they obviously ask him and speak to him, and he will put his own input with regards to that. But I think his main say is on the squad selection. Please bring Mark Boucher on your show. Well, guys, go and tweet him. If I ask him, he's not. I don't think he's going to say yes to just come on the show. So if you guys want him on the show, go tweet him and ask him to come on Cricket Fanatics Bag. I would love to talk to him and get some insight from him and see what he's thinking and what he's in his mind and in his thoughts, because we never had an opportunity to interview him. I only interviewed him once, and that was when he was selected. We had an exclusive right at the beginning of his tenure when he was selected at Newlands. He was there, and I asked him a couple of questions, and we had a chat. That's the only time I actually chatted to him. Since then, I haven't. We only see him really in press conferences. Aiden has really changed his role as a finisher role. Yes, he has. There's an exclusive interview with him, guys, on our channel as well. There's couple. Go watch all of them. They all give you something different about Aiden's game. You'll see how he developed from our lockdown series that we had with him. Then I did an exclusive with him. Then I did one with a teacher, and then I did another one for the magazine. And I did a couple of with him in between as well when he played for the Titans. So go and watch those interviews, guys. We'll give you a nice insight into how Aiden has developed and how he thinks about cricket. We've got so many exclusive interviews in our exclusive interview section that will teach you so much about our South African cricketers and get into their mind and really understand what they're about, because that's so important. Listening to what they have to say is so important. I want to give you guys a challenge. Can I give you guys a challenge for next week or for tomorrow? Let's do it for tomorrow. I'm going to give you guys a challenge. I know you guys mention a lot of white players when you say this guy must be selected, this guy must be selected, this guy must be selected. So I know it's nothing to do with color, of course, but I just want to give you guys a little bit of a challenge. I want you guys to pick 10 of the best Black, African, or colored players that you've seen, players of color, that you think should be selected in South Africa's squads. Let's just stick with the 2023 World Cup for now. Seeing that we are all focused on the next. Okay, wait. Let's change it. Let's make it the T20 side. I want you guys to go ahead and pick, because it's different for every squad. I want you guys to go ahead with a T20 World Cup in mind. I want you to be, okay, let's make it five players of color that you think should be selected straight into the South African team. Let's go and look for those type of players, because let's see if we can find it, guys. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity when I'm going to give you guys an opportunity that for you guys to check and see that and go find it, do some research, go watch some videos, do all the research that you can do. Maybe we'll give it to you. Okay, let me give you this deadline for Friday, because seeing that we do our Q&As, live Q&As on a Friday, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to do it and have some time so you can do your research. Come back to me with 5 players of color that you feel that can go. And I don't want you just maybe to say, oh, yeah, these are the 5 names. I want you to think about it as well and think of reasons behind it as well, that you feel should be selected on merit. And this is besides the Keshav Maharajas, the Brej Shamsis, the Temba Vavumas, the KGs, the guys that are selected already. No. Besides them, I'm going to make it a little harder for you. So besides the main guys that are selected already, I want you guys to go ahead and look for guys that are not in the side. So go ahead and look for that. But thanks, guys. Let me know as well in the comment section. I would like to do a fan call in sometime this week as well, where you guys get the opportunity to call in and have a chat with me. I would like to have a conversation with you guys, just myself and you guys. I saw someone ask about it. Oh, here we go. Yes, Keith and me is thinking on the same mindset. Fan calling when Khalid only is hosting would be good. Let me do that. One day I'll do that this week. Maybe let's do it on Wednesday. I think that sounds like a good idea. I will do that on Wednesday where you guys get the opportunity to call in. But I want all of you guys to have a chance to call in. Don't be scared. You don't have to put your face on the camera. You can just show your little icon as well. You don't have to have your face on camera. You can speak through it like you are talking to me on the phone. And I would like to have a conversation, learn a little bit about you guys and the fans that are watching and tuning in every day. But thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to smash that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell for future videos. Don't forget to subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine Monthly. The link is in the description. You get every single issue 100% free, including the latest edition. We're working hard on the next issue. Hopefully, COVID doesn't mess up our next issue, because we really hope that we can bring something out that is still relevant throughout the month. So we're still waiting to see what's going to happen with this variant, etc. So I don't know why South Africa is getting so much flack for actually discovering it. It's not like it was originated here, the new variant. It's just that our scientists discovered it. We have some of the best researchers in the world when it comes to science and medicine. So, congratulations to them and well done to them for actually picking it up. It's not that it didn't originate here from what we've heard about it and reports that we've heard about it. It's more that our scientists have found it and obviously picked up on it and did the research, because they've done excellently with regards to that. But thanks a lot for tuning, guys. I'll see you guys again for tomorrow with another daily show. After the show is finished, comment in the comment section what you liked, what you didn't like, where I can improve, etc. Let me know in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys again tomorrow with another daily show. Take care, everyone.